What is going on, guys? This is your boy Az. We are back here with another Shadow King counter, whatever you want to call it. I'm not really sure. We wanted to test and see if Wolverine and Deadpool would work because the standard has been 3 or 4 piece Brimstone with a bunch of the other Hero Global characters. For example, we were able to get it done before with Victoria Hand, with Liberty in the past. That's kind of what I had initially used in my first run, and then of course we've done some testing now with other teams as well with the Brimstone. 4 piece Brimstone. Plus a fifth member seems to be the standard these days, but now we actually have a new standard, guys. I'm here to tell you confidently that we were able to do some testing, and I didn't play it long. I timed it, and I wanted to see how long it would take me to do it, and I was able to do it in about 30 minutes. I did it once in 15, and then I did it again in another 15 minutes. So we ran it twice, we not ran it twice. We ran it like probably 7 or 8 times, and we did it 2 out of the 7, 8 times. Which actually, if you've played the Shadow King boss, you know that when I say we've ran it 7 or 8 times, that's pretty small. That's a pretty small sample size, and it was fairly decent, especially like I said with the fact that Deadpool and Wolverine are basically free characters. We were able to get them to Gear 20 for free thanks to the anniversary event. And yeah, I know maybe some people aren't happy with maybe how the event or the anniversary is going, but I was actually quite impressed the fact that they actually gave out 2 characters, at least here in the first week here, for free. At tier 20, they brought them all the way up to ISO 8 purple level 3 for us. They even actually, if you look here, they actually allowed access to all the ISO 8 ranks, so you're able to kind of freely play around and mix and match here with the Shadow King boss. And of course, we'll show some footage here quickly. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that it is now doable now, and this may be the new standard going forward, because if it can save you 2 character pieces or 2 whole character investments in terms of gold, training resources, and on top of that, the fact that it's gonna save you a bunch of these crazy amounts of uniques that you have to bring up. We'll look at Rachel here, but again, even her, she requires 75 of the mutant pieces, 462 of these other things, 1,000, 1,250 of these catalysts. Like it's a lot of materials, and of course, I think the most important one is this unique, because these are the same type of materials that are going to be used for Gear Tier 21. So if we can save on these types of materials, why the heck not, right? So anyways, yeah, that's enough jibber jabber for me. Do apologize. I always get a little bit long-winded, but I do get pretty this is my jam. I love testing when it comes to these types of problem solving things, and I do enjoy doing it, whether it was Thunderstrike raids, Psychic Cataclysm. This is always one of my favorite things to do here. So yeah, I do enjoy it when we are able to kind of test and theory craft and see if this works. But anyways, yeah, that is a nut in a nutshell. Let's actually jump into some gameplay so you guys can kind of see how it's done here, and then hopefully this helps you plan and hopefully maybe get you an earlier unlock with regards to Professor Xavier. Also, keep in mind, guys, for the purposes of completeness, and also I do have the other Shadow King boss battles that I've done in the past. I'm going to link them in the description so that's there for you guys as well here, because the more teams you have available at your fingertips, the better you can take advantage of it. But do keep in mind, I'm not just going to do the Shadow King boss. I'm also going to do the old man Logan node. I want to apologize because I know there were some people that did mention that, hey, you should do the Shadow King boss and the Old Man Logan one, just to make sure that the team actually works. And that was an oversight on my part, so I want to apologize to you guys on that I didn't do it previously. But moving forward here, if there is any additional teams that I will be testing with regards to the Shadow King boss, I will also include the footage of that with the Old Man Logan node as well here, because yeah, it is important, and I did miss that. So I do want to say I do apologize that I didn't have that in the previous gameplay footages before, but I will try to keep it in there when my memory and my brain actually works and I remember to do it. So anyways, sorry about that again. So let's jump in here with regards to the Shadow King boss. And like I said, the formation we will be using is Wolverine is going to be on the far left to kind of give himself protection away from all the damage and the splashing. We're going to have him as a we're going to keep him on barrier, so it's going to give him a little bit of sustain and a little bit of extra protection, because out of the 5 he is kind of the flimsiest and the weakest. Then we're gonna keep healer iso weights on both Deadpool and Hellcat, for obvious reasons. That's gonna help the team heal up. And then, as you guys will see here, Damon's gonna do what Damon does best, and we're gonna keep him as a raider for maximum damage. However, having said that, if your Damon is a bit squishier than mine, because mine is 3 diamonds, then it may be a good idea as well to maybe switch up the iso weights around. And we're gonna keep Living Mummy as also barrier, so that way he can kind of keep himself sustained, and that's going to help out with a lot of different utility, and he's going to kind of be the big sponge for us. But you guys will see here that this team is fairly good. We're going to start with a turn 1 stun from Deadpool because of the fact that he can use his stun, and that's gonna help out in a handful of situations. And then, of course, as well, once we kind of get going here with Damon's ult, everything starts steamrolling towards our direction, and you guys will hopefully see that and get some value out of that. Okay, so we're going to jump in here, and like I said, I did run it about, I think, probably 8 or 9 times, and we were able to get it done twice in about the span of 30 minutes. So it's not a perfect process, and it is going to take a little bit of timing and RNG, but you guys will see here, this is recorded footage just from earlier today, and yeah, you guys will kind of see here what's important is you want to make sure when Damon does do his ult, that it doesn't strip off the revive once from Living Mummy. If he doesn't have that taunt there, it's going to make things a hell of a lot harder. And really, right now, the whole purposes of our initial attacks is to make sure we can get the evasion off of Living Mummy. That's going to be important because that gets the evasion off, and then it's going to allow our Deadpool to stun. So he's going to stun here. I think his focus is fairly good because out of all the attempts, I think there was only once that he didn't land a stun. So overall, I would say he's got a lot of focus or something, because when I was trying to do it with my Swordmaster, it did not work the way that Deadpool's doing it. So canceling out the Living Mummy here with the stun is going to be great. Damon does take a little bit of a beating, but it's not a bad thing, because out of the 5 characters, he is kind of the beefiest one. And again, Damon does what he does best. He's going to be able to kind of start healing himself up with a little bit of attacks. And you guys can kind of see here that because Living Mummy can't do his heals, and he can't really do his special or his ult because of the fact that he's stunned, we're going to be able to knock him out quickly here. And again, we're just going to take a couple damages. We're going to take a couple hits. That's okay. Living Mummy is kind of near death here, which is great. Deadpool's going to do what he's good at, which is kind of doing that finishing blow. He's down. That's going to give turn bar meter back to Damon. We're going to do the altar. This is going to heal up some stuff. That's going to throw the back to taunt. Yeah. Then we're going to do the special here. And yeah, I don't know. Can you guys see how controlled this is? This, I don't know, from my perspective, it was very good. And then again, Wolverine kind of needs that barrier. He needs that extra little protection here, and a little bit of luck as well. You guys will see that the revive once does come in handy here. I think, what is it? His passive has 25% chance to allow for the revive, so that does come in handy as a, as a final holy S button if you need it. Of course, it does kind of rely more on luck, but he's got it. He's got the death proof as well. But you guys will see here that, yeah, we're going to need a little bit of luck as well. So this isn't a perfect process, but like I said, we were able to kind of get it done here with a little bit of lady luck on our side. So again, they're going to take a couple attacks. You can start killing some people off, hopefully, and then maybe get the turn bar going for Damon, because really he fuels... he's the reason why we can quarterback this, right? We need Damon to kind of get some kills, so it gives him energy back, and then he's gonna fill and get his special back up as well with each kill. So he's basically 1 kill off now from his special. It doesn't really matter, because now his next turn he's gonna get that special back. Again, Living Mummy just holding down the fort for us, and he's kind of the main reason why the other characters are protected the way he is, because of the fact that he's so tanky. So again, Wolverine dies with a little bit of luck. The revive comes back, and the barrier, like I said, you might be okay. I ran it again before, and he actually didn't die. So it really depends on the run, and it depends on the attacks and the pings. So it does work, but yeah, I think this is gonna jumpstart a lot of people's planning for Professor Xavier, because of the fact that, it's gonna save you 2 character slots. It's gonna allow you to basically plan and maybe save up some of those other pieces for later on in the saga. And of course, as well, guys, don't forget we have some more best buddies that are gonna get the gear tier 20. So I will definitely be testing around with the other ones. I think Spider-Man, Dakin, and of course as well Captain America. But Captain America is also Heroes Global, so I'm not sure if he is like a slot in. This particular team right now, I feel like is very, very solid, very, very balanced, and I didn't have any issues with it. So we're going to jump in now into the other one now, and as promised, and I do want to apologize again here that I didn't do it in the other videos, but there you guys have it. That's the Shadow King side. Now let's quickly run into the old Man Logan one. As you guys can kind of see here, it pretty much is just a Daemon show. This one was way, way, way harder back in the day, but now with increased stats on characters like on the Brimstone and Daemon, it really doesn't matter. You just kind of have to survive the initial couple attacks, and really you're going to see that Daemon basically just does the whole thing by himself here. That's why I didn't really do footage of it before, because I thought it was fairly straightforward, but people did mention that I should have included it, so I do apologize for that. So we throw the ult here, and watch this. It's going to basically allow us for the double tap. It's going to clear off a lot of pesky guys here. Daemon's going to go again here thanks to the energy gain. Special is going to clear things out for us, and really that's kind of it. So that's why I never included it. I didn't, yeah, like I said, I should have included it, because yeah, people made a mention that you know, you want to make sure that the teams that you're using also work on this node as well, because yeah, you don't want to be trapped behind this wall here, because you can't get to the boss if you can't get through this node. So hopefully that helps you guys out. I don't know if this was useful or not, but yeah, I hope this helps you guys out. For those of you that are chasing Professor Xavier, for those of you guys that are kind of contemplating right now on which team to use for Shadow King, I found that yeah, with the addition of these two guys, it's gonna shake things up. I feel like it's gonna help a lot of people out here with regards to getting Professor Xavier faster, and on top of that, it's gonna save a lot of training resources, gold, and all that other stuff. So what do you guys think? Did you guys like that? Yeah. So sweet, we're all done here, guys. That is it. I don't really have anything else to mention other than the fact that, like I said, this was a pretty clean run, and I do want to say that if you guys want to check out my other footage with the other teams, go for it. Otherwise, if you see any other teams you want me to try out, I can. And yeah, and when Captain America and the other two, Dakin and Spidey, get at it as well, you can bet your butt that I will try to do some testing with it, because I enjoy this kind of thing. Otherwise, guys, thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one.